I hit live. Okay, I think we're gonna be there. All right, go ahead, Laura.
Happy Wednesday. Are your kids back in school? I know my grandkids are back at school. Even my little Josie started preschool. So, and Debbie, your grandson's back at school?
Yep.
Awesome. Kind of feels weird around houses when you don't have the kids around and stuff. But we're going to talk about a great topic today. And it was great finding this. I think it was meant for us to do it because especially this time of thing, time of year, we're so busy with everything where the kids are in school. We're trying to juggle things back and forth. They have
Kind of like the one that always finds so many great subjects, and some of them tag team up off of each other. And again, what good timing with school and everything. And yeah, I think that we got to remember these things. We got to remember in their little perspectives that how they feel, and with the world and the society the way they are, and it is. I think we need to take even more steps to make family important and things that mean a lot to them. I really do. Well, first of all, I think displaying their artwork is always fun. I don't know how they do it over at your grandchildren's school, but they have everything online, and then you can actually order stuff. You can order things like if you want to order that piece of artwork and put it on a mug or whatever, of course, for a pretty penny. But I think it's fun just to put things up and really, really actually point out like how creative they are, even if it is something you can't figure out what it is, but still, I mean, seriously,
my sister-in-law, my daughter-in-law, she's got these like frames on the wall where she could slip pictures in there. And this is even before Josie started school. She put pictures in there of what Josie drew and stuff. So it's always changing. But I love that idea about going online. I can check that out.
Yeah.
How surprising you could surprise your kid or grandkid. Come over and they see a mug with their picture on there. Oh, I think that's cool.
Yeah. And even if they don't do it there, you can't do, as long as you can capture the picture, you could even go to Walgreens and do it if you had to, but I think this is easier, but
it's great. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you interrupted. I'm just so excited about the whole idea. When I get off today, I'm gonna look at that. Well, brainstorming a family mantra. Is that how you pronounce that? I didn't even know. It's like a slogan you put on your refrigerator. It's a positive thing that when your child goes by it, it's going to see it. Like, for example, we got this, or anything unstoppable. Because of my strong Christian faith, I have it all over the house. I have pieces of paper that says I could do all things through Christ has given me the strength. And I taught my granddaughter that. And when she can't do something, I tell her to keep saying that. But it's so important because it's so easy for these kids to just like whine about it or like sit on the floor and just cry because they can't do something. They need some kind of encouragement. Think of that, Deb. Do you have something
oh man, I think it's great. I think this is really good. Bringing out those like words. It's so important. And then it takes you to like bring it a little farther. That's spending some quality time together. I think that's really cool. You guys got to do whatever you can do to be able to get with your children or grandchildren in that one-on-one plus also family, and do family events. And we've done things on all of this, so we don't have to go over it, but what great family events that you can do. But even putting aside that time and making sure that you all are sharing a meal together. That's huge. You sit, you talk, how was your day? What's going on? That kind of thing, so quality time, or go on a walk or take them to ice cream. Oh, it's the start of school. Let's celebrate all that kind of stuff, But I'm also going to say one thing too about the next one, because this is a favorite one. I love this. I love doing lunchbox notes. I love those. I've always been big on that, but I've also been big on if people are traveling to put a note like in their bag if you're not like traveling with them. But how fun is it if they open up and they see that, right, Laura? What do you think?
Oh, I love it. I've been doing that for years too. You know what I should do, because your grandson lives with you. My granddaughters don't live with me. I should give some notes to their mothers and tell them to put them in their lunch bags.
Yeah.
Do that. That's a great idea. I could send some to Josie's mom, Allie, and maybe my daughter, and they could put the notes in their lunches and stuff. I would love that. So that's a great thing if you're not doing that already. Or, you can even put an occasional piece of chocolate in there. and put a little note that says, I love you. Or, kisses, kisses to you, hugs and kisses, the Hershey's kisses, they have
There's
the
just yeah, yeah.
yeah. Next one is sharing your interests, their interests, not your interests. Like, for example, a lot of times, oh, we're too busy, we work or we're at home and we're exhausted and they want to play. And we're just like, oh, I'll play with you. Like, you know what? Take a couple minutes and play with them, play dress up with them, play Barbies, play ball with them, ask them what they're interested in. And you know what? If you ask them these questions, they're going to answer you back. And they're going to be like, wow, they really care what I want to do. I do that with my granddaughter sometimes. So going on, Deb.
You know what I just want to say about that is, and I know we're never going to be able to get through all of these, you guys, so maybe we can post this because there's 30 of them, but I got to say this, is that, a lot of times when they want to do something and like Lori just said, oh man, you got to take time out of your schedule, you really can make a negotiation with them too. You can be like, listen, I can give you 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour to do, but hey, maybe you can help me with dinner too. And like, or maybe you can help me do this so that I have more time to do that with them. And then you're spending more time doing more stuff all at one time. So it's kind of a great way to involve them, and all that. But turning also a no into a yes, I don't know, sometimes like silly things like, okay, are you going to let them go eat on the couch, their dessert or whatever. And like, making them excited about it, making it like, oh, it's a big deal. Okay, all right, an exception only. I'm going to let you do this. And then they're like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're just like, oh, it's really not a big deal in your head. But, it's kind of crazy how that won't make an impact on them. They're going to remember all this stuff. I mean, I think that everybody needs to go back and remember your childhood, of things that stand out. What was it that someone did for you? It doesn't have to be your mom, your dad, your grandmother. It could be an aunt, an uncle. It could be whatever that was made you feel special, So, but go ahead, Laura.
Oh, I just love this next one because I just thought of something really awesome. It says become a thrill seeker. So in other words, come up with different things to do for the kids, going to amusement park, playground swings, all kinds of stuff. But I did something really cool. I used to watch kids for a few hours when my oldest son was younger. He was about 6. And I used to take him to Cantigny, which is called, what is it really called?
Cantini, because Jess used to work there. That's why I know that. Okay. Cantini.
We all call it Cantigny. It's in Winfield, Wheaton area. And they have the old army tanks. And the kids could climb on these tanks. So I would get the kids in the van and we would go there. And then I would get them squirt guns. And I would get them, they used to have it, I don't know if they have them anymore. They were water bombs that looked like grenades.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Playing there for hours. They had a great time. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. But there was a lot of places that you could go. Now, Cantini only costs about $5 or $10 a car to get in. It's not like a lot of money. And there's a lot of fun. There's a great museum there.
Great.
Yeah. Fun thing to do, And I want to go on to the next one, Debbie. And I'm sure with your girls, I didn't with my kids, but wear matching outfits. Did you wear matching outfits with your girls when they were young?
I did that. Honest to God, I did that. And I don't know why I'm missing that little part right here on my thing. But yeah, honest to God, we did do that. I had my girls do matching outfits and then we did it for a while. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's all it basically says, I think that's great. Do you see the next one, Deb? Number 9?
I only get, it went to 7, it cut off, and then I got the next page starts at 11. It's weird. I don't know. So you do the next ones and I'll tag team with you.
Because I think the other one's good too. Don't stress the small stuff. In other words, if the kids' rooms are not so clean, that's okay. What you need to do is they have to focus on, the rooms have to be clean, but focus on doing something fun. Or like Debbie said earlier, I loved it. I tell you what, we'll do something fun if you come home and you clean your room, or clean your room and we're going to go do something fun, or help them clean their room and we'll go out and do something fun. So, And here's another one. I don't understand this one too much, so I'm gonna just skip it. So you go on to 11, Deb.
Okay, so this one says let them quit enjoyable. Wait, let them quit unenjoyable activities. Oh, perfect. I love this one. I remember Mariano coming home one day saying that like he just did not want to do karate anymore. It wasn't in his plan. It wasn't in his whatever. And you know what? You got to go with it. They got to try stuff. You got to let them try things and find their niche and find out what they're really happy doing. And it doesn't mean that it has to be like anything extravagant. But what I will say is that what we've done is we've like things cost so much. Okay. So I've said, if you're going to quit, you need to quit early on so that you don't get investing into too much money. You know what I mean? It kind of like let them know that there are a few rules and ramifications to the situation so that they don't think they can just up and quit everything all the time. But you know what? Every kid has a different interest and maybe we want it so bad for them and they don't want something. So I don't know. What do you think, Laura?
I think that's a great idea. I mean, when my kids were young, I'm kind of guilty. They would start stuff and they'd want to finish, especially my daughter. And I would make them stay in the thing till the season was over, or like Girl Scouts or the Girl Scouts were over or something. I don't know. But I like the idea of letting them choose because that gives them an opportunity to learn it's okay to choose that they don't want to do something. So that is a real good thing. So
Give and take, I think, in both. Because like, here's another thing: if they become on a team and they're already into the season, they need to be that team player and not quit on the other teammates if it's
yeah,
a team
that's right.
situation. So that's another good point to put out there and just say, listen, you got to tough it out to the end, so you
Yeah.
don't let everybody else down because then they're going to be short a player or whatever because they can't add another player on. So that's another good one. But
Go ahead, Deb. You can go on.
okay. I says get messy sometimes. Oh, okay. So here's me and Laura sometimes. I mean, it's funny that sometimes you don't want to get messy, but I have learned that, you know what, just clean it up then, just deal with it after, whether it's like finger painting or if it's baking in the kitchen or it's whatever. Because you know what? They need to just have that fun. If it even is in the backyard where it's messy, rainy, puddles, whatever, or snow or whatever it is, just remember that everything is cleanable. Let them go ahead and experience some of this crap because we used to do it. We used to have fun doing it. You know what I mean? And don't get too OCD. It's from an OCD clean freak person.
Yeah.
Me, it's all the fun they're going to have is worth it. So
Yeah, when Lyric and I make cookies, we make such a mess, but I make a mess all the time in the kitchen. And she just loves it. It was just so much fun. And I do that with Josie too. Make something special for them, glitter glue a birthday card, a personal birthday card. They love receiving gifts. So, make something special for them. It just kind of goes with the notes in the lunch bags and stuff. Just, tell them that you love them by drawing them something. The next one is kind of,
should we even say it?
family involvement in the next one.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Deb, you go for it.
Adopt a pet. Oh my God. You know what? Okay. I love pets, okay, but then I don't love pets, okay, I'm just being kind of real about like the commitment that the family has to put into it. I just was talking to somebody today who was supposed to go away for the weekend, and they have their pet sitter can't do it because they hurt themselves, and she's in a frazzle or whatever, trying to find somebody, and I was trying to help her network out a little bit, and it is a big commitment. So you got to know. You got to really like have a family powwow and let everybody know what their responsibilities are. But at the same time, a pet can be so good and maybe start off with something small that's caged that you have a little bit more like you don't have to be taking him out or whatever. I know, Lori, it's easier with you with cats because you could at least have the litter boxes inside with
Yeah.
the dog so that it's like going outside, taking them out. And it's a lot. And there's things that can happen. There's things like, unfortunately we had a dog that had heart conditions, and I mean, there's things that are going to happen that are sad and the family's going to have to deal with it. But at the same time, they bring a lot of joy. So
Yeah.
what do you think?
The best pet for a kid, okay, you're going to cringe when I tell you this, is a bearded dragon.
Oh yeah, they're cool.
Lizard. and it stays in an aquarium. And yes, you got to go to the pet store and get crickets for them to eat. You know what? My son had me babysit while he was in college for a couple months from spring break till he got home. And I was so afraid of this thing. I fell in love with it. And I heard it's like one of the number one things to get for kids because they get it out of the aquarium and they only get as big as the aquarium is. It's like they stop growing at a certain point. Did you ever see one of those?
I have. One of my clients has one, and she showed it to me. I mean, through a picture, and it's crazy. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so cute. Ours
yeah,
was Genati. I love that thing. Then Tony went to school as a school pet.
yeah.
And Genati made the newspapers.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. Okay, let me go on here. Otherwise, we'll be here all day.
Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, give them some independence. Okay, how about that one, Laura? You do that one.
All right, teaching them independence. Wow, that is a really important thing because that they can't get involved. Like say at a playground, they're having some battles with some kids. They have to learn how to handle those themselves. Like for example, I'm going to give you another example. Say that some girls are playing at somebody's house, and so another girl comes over and the other one feels left out, and she comes home to her house and she tells her parents, oh, they're picking on me. Well, don't be the parent that goes in over there and tries to start a fight with the parents about it. Let the kids learn how to be independent and work it out themselves. After all, we were not born with that skill. That's a learned skill for independence. Don't you think so?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they got to learn how to negotiate. They got to learn how to like stand up for themselves, and they got to learn how to communicate. And if they don't, they're going to be, that's something they learn young enough. They have to carry it through,
I mean, you have to intervene every once in a while when it gets really bad, but see if they could try to work it out. But then when you go to intervene, you talk to both kids and say, well, what was going on? You guys are okay, just play, or, maybe you did something the other one didn't like, say you're sorry. It's very easy, just like adults do when they're trying to get along.
Totally. How about this one? I think this can go both ways, but the kids don't understand it very well. You want to ask about their day, but sometimes you got to give them a little chance to decompress. Like the minute they jump in the car, you can't be throwing too much at them because sometimes they're just ready to just like relax, like how we are when we've had a busy, crazy day and we need to just kind of like, have everybody coming at us with questions. So maybe give them a little bit of time. If they're a little bit grumpy, give them a little bit of time before you really like dig into it. Or if they don't really want to respond well, don't be jumping down their throat, asking them too much is how I'm understanding this. And I think it's a good thing to think about, because in their little minds and stuff, they can only handle so much sometimes,
Right. How does this sound? You come home from school. So what'd you do in school today? Nothing.
Yeah.
You did nothing at school all day? Nothing. And this article here, it says that maybe they'll wait and open up at dinner when you're sitting. So,
which is true. And that's where you find out. And then if they are a little bit crabby, then all of a sudden you hear them say, oh, do you know what happened today? And then they start opening up because maybe they're embarrassed or they just don't want to talk about it. It's crazy. But anyways.
Well, we'll do a few more, but establish fun rituals. Taco Tuesday. Stuff that you guys are doing on Friday night, pizza night, and a movie, all kinds of stuff. Sundays is for family to come over, grandma and grandpa, and have a big dinner. Traditions are very important for kids today. I think that's one of the things that these kids are lacking in is tradition. It's like, and I'm not putting down any parents because I know it's hard to be a parent of multiple kids. But if you have a little bit of structure with that, the kids look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I know my kids do when they were growing up. I don't know how this generation does, but yeah, that's what I would do. And that going on the next one, Dad, playing role of a student. Oh, I used to love this when I was a kid.
Well, with us both having teacher children that are, are young adults that are teachers and stuff, it's kind of funny. You know what? I think that it's cute because they get that little like, you know, shining time, that they can play the teacher and you're the student and you play school. And I remember doing that when my kids were younger, and you color or you do whatever. We're talking about now when we're talking in conversation here, you and I are relating a lot to younger children. But also, you got to look at some of the stuff that we're talking about too for some of the kids that are slightly older, that are still a kid at heart, but they're not really, you know what I mean? And you may have to adapt some of these things slightly different to be able to relate to them, but they still want your attention and they still want to shine and they still want to, but I think it's cool. So.
Yeah, let's just let's skip over some of this stuff. I'm gonna look at here and see what some really good one is. And then
okay. Yeah.
One, Debbie, I'm giving it to you because you're the queen of this.
Okay.
25.
Which one is it?
25.
25. And I have 23 and I don't have 24, and 25 didn't print.
25 is have an impromptu dance party.
Oh my God, this is one of our best. You guys, the Alexa, we do this all the time. And it's like we have these crazy, we'll crank it up and we're doing like line dancing and all this kind of stuff. And these are the things that like, my kids look forward to having, grandma and grandpa come over and, no, nana and all this stuff to Mariano and all that. And it's fun, it's fun to just be crazy, and just let loose. Why not? I mean,
you guys are, I just love watching you guys when I can't, when you something. Oh, I think it's just hilarious. Yeah. And it's just so much fun. She just has the Alexa and she tells it to play something. And then all of a sudden everybody's dancing in the house. It's just amazing. Yeah. It's just an amazing thing. You can act like spies. Did you ever play the game I Spy?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We do that. We used to do that with the kids when we went to a restaurant. And to keep them busy while we're waiting for food. We loved it. We used to play games all the time in the restaurants. Not crazy games, but we play that game.
I got a car game for you, and it's the easy one because you don't have to, you can still pay attention very well, especially if you're the driver, but you pick a kind of car, and you get points for it. And this is one that Mariano and I made up. I don't know how we did, but you pick the car, you say any Mercedes you see, you get bonus points for it. But you're looking for like SUVs, maybe that's what you're doing, or sedans. And every time you see one, if it has to be either a sport one or whatever, you get so many points. And you could do it by color or whatever. So he'll be like, oh my God, I just saw a red sports car. I get 5 points, or I get 3 points. And whoever gets up to 25 wins. And it's stupid silly, but when you're driving from one place to another and it's a long drive and they're bored out of their minds, it's a great way to keep them engaged. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know how we came up with this thing. And like, again, it could be, oh, maybe it's we're going to pick Corvette or whatever, I don't know. It's just funny, but silly.
Well, going back to that, we made up a game too. It's called the song game. So if it's your turn, you got to say a word and you want us to either come up with a song that already has that word in it or make up a song. And then we go,
there you go.
Oh my God. And of course, Tony, the singer, always had the best songs. But that was a lot of fun. My kids still talk about it. That Kara was talking about it a few weeks ago. But guys, we have so many things here, but I'm going to post it on our Facebook page.
Good, thank you.
Because there's a lot of really nice ones. And again, we're, what, Debbie, did you see? We were up to 691.
Okay, so here's the thing.
690.
I have a thing. We're almost to 7 then, okay? Let's set a goal for Thanksgiving, okay? To be thankful to be at 1,000. We got this, okay? I think we could do this. And here's the thing, organically on Facebook, the way we're doing it, everybody, this is a platform that we have to approve people and we have criteria. Okay, so it makes it a little bit different. It's not like people always joining on some other platform. So because we say no political and no negative, we have a very nice presence on this platform. And so I'm just going to say everybody knows a person. If every single person invited one person, we'd exceed that right away. Okay. And let's touch some lives. Let's go out there and do some greatness for people. Let's have some fun. And we just really appreciate everybody. And I hope that you guys can reshare us. And just if you have any topics or subjects or anything, we've got some interesting new things that are coming on.
Yeah.
Great interview next week. You'll see when we post it. We've got another interview too that will be on there. And you guys go out there and have some fun too. There's some fun things happening. I see a cat. I didn't see a tail. But I see it. So hey, we're very, very thankful and very blessed. We feel we have a lot of fun with this. So with that, Laura, do you want to close us out?
Yeah, I do. And just one last thing, just so you know, Debbie and I don't make any money on this. We do this out of the kindness of our heart because this is our platform that we wanted to do for people. So don't think we're making money or anything. So this is our thing for you. I want to say thank you to everybody. I hope you enjoyed our topic today. I look forward to future things and have a great day. And I'm Lori.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Friends Helping Friends. Have a good rest of the week. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Take care.